Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to the 6:30 Prime News on My Media Prime. My name is Genda Pelton Blanche King. You're watching us live from Studio A at Fengudrombange in Douala, the economic capital of the country. Minister of Communication Rene Emmanuel Sadi has once again called on media practitioners to respect presumption of innocence as concerns the different ministries cited for mismanagement of COVID-19 funds. This is contained in a communique signed on the 28th of May 2021. This comes after attacks from individuals and media press or press men and women pertaining to the mismanagement of COVID-19 funds. Details with Audrey Zatsa in the following report.
Ever since the publication of the report of the audit bench of the Supreme Court on the management of the COVID-19 funds in the country, the government has observed that some of its members mentioned in the said document are condemned without any reservations by some media practitioners. Through the Minister of Communication, Rene Emmanuel Sadi, in a press release signed last 28 May 2021, the government states that no one can be condemned a priori of any fact, especially when his or her guilt is not defined, thus calling on the respect of presumption of innocence. Minister Emmanuel Sadi reiterates that in Cameroon, law must prevail and that those involved in the presumed mismanagement of these funds will be fairly judged. The government, however, regrets the state of affairs at present, but demands that Cameroonian citizens should trust the judiciary system of the country. Note that the said report cites, amongst others, the Ministries of Public Health, Scientific Research and Innovation, Territorial Administration, Basic Education, plus the Secretary General at the Presidency of the Republic. The head of these ministerial departments have been condemned by many Cameroonians who believe that the report reveals that they have embezzled these funds. Some parliamentarians, such as SDF Member of Parliament Jean-Michel Ninche, have called for these ministers to be sent to jail, a call apparently cautioned by the government.
A lady and her 5-month-old baby have been killed in Kenquarters, a new road, Bamenda 3 subdivision. The alleged murderer, whose identity is still not certain, was trapped at the scene by fellows who heard a distress call. According to sources, the alleged murderer got into the neighborhood on Sunday evening, asking questions about the deceased. Neighbors attest to hearing a loud cry before the lady and her baby were discovered dead at a stream nearby. The suspect is currently under custody, while investigations have been opened to prove who did what and why. A truck driver has been declared dead around Puma between Yaoundé and Douala. Reports confirm his truck violently crashed into a bigger truck from an opposite direction. The assistant driver of the bigger truck sustained injuries and is currently at the hospital for medical attention, while the main driver sustained minor injuries. The remains of the deceased have been deposited at the mortuary pending burial. Huge material losses were equally recorded. Away from that, the life of a newborn baby has been saved after a failed attempt to kill the baby carried out by the supposed mother of the child. The young lady, who reportedly dumped her baby in an empty pit at the Oza neighborhood in Yaoundé, is currently under police custody. Reports say the young girl, identified as Adele, who hails from the northwest region, now residing in Yaoundé Center region of the country, was arrested yesterday. She was caught after investigations carried out by forces of law and order in Yaoundé. On to something else. In line with the promotion of unity and peace in the country, Minister of Territorial Administration Paul Atanganji has donated to the Christian community of Bolova a church, a move appreciated by Christians, especially Catholic Christians in Bolova. This, according to them, will not only glorify the Word of God and foster His teachings, but it will also help to decongest some parishes or churches in Bolova that could not contain the number of persons worshiping in them. Details in the following report compiled by Gladys Bomotongina in the French language.
La paroisse Notre-Dame de l'Immaculée Conception dans la localité des Foulanes au sud du Cameroun, à quelques kilomètres du chef-lieu de département des Bolova, offerte par le couple ministériel à Tangandi et inaugurée le samedi 29 mai dernier par l'évêque Monseigneur Philippe Alain Barga, en présence du représentant du chef de l'État, Samuel Mvondo Ayolo, crée la polémique sur les réseaux sociaux au regard des réactions de certains Camerounais. En l'occurrence, le prêtre jésuite de l'église catholique romaine, Ludovic Lado, qui, on s'en souvient, avait pris une marche de pèlerinage où il avait été interpellé par les forces de maintien de l'ordre du Cameroun il y a quelque temps, alors qu'il le faisait, selon lui, pour le retour de la paix au Cameroun, a déclaré sur son compte Facebook, selon un confrère, ne pas pouvoir continuer avec sa vocation si son église accepte ce type de don qu'il considère comme un blanchiment spirituel. De même, d'autres Camerounais ont réagi toujours sur Facebook, disant que cette action ne le mènera pas au ciel. Pour d'autres, l'heure est au questionnement de savoir quelle est sa contribution pour les populations du Nord-Ouest et place cette action dans la catégorie de mauvaise priorité. Il déclare que la charité bien organisée commence à la maison. Par contre, d'autres Camerounais trouvent cette initiative louable et le voient même déjà comme un potentiel candidat à succès aux élections dans ce pays. Toujours est-il que l'Église a été construite et servira effectivement à cette communauté.
Still in church news, members of the Christian Men Fellowship, CMF of the Presbyterian Church in Cameroon, the littoral region, have joined their counterparts worldwide to celebrate Via Ruby Jubilee. Officiating during the ceremony here at the Presbyterian Church, Bona Musa D. Douala was the Synod Clerk of PCC, Reverend Mickey Hans, who used the platform to enjoin the Christians to remain courageous while serving the Lord. Details with Dolingonde in the following report.
Conceived and born in 1981, the Christian Men Fellowship, CMF of the Presbyterian Church in Cameroon, has celebrated its 40th anniversary. Here in the littoral region, over 50 subgroups of the movement converged at PC Bonamusa di Douala as they joined their peers nationwide and the world at large in celebrating their Ruby Jubilee under the theme, "Cast all your burdens unto the Lord, for he cares for you." While drawing inspiration from 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 7, the Synod Clerk of the PCC, the Reverend Mickey Hans Abia, during his sermon, educated officials of men elaboratively on the symbolism of the number 40, which marks the 40th anniversary from a biblical point of view.
40 is a very significant number in the Bible. If we look back into the Bible, we'll see that the number 40 has been used about 159 times, meaning therefore that is very important. For example, Jesus fasted 40 days, 40 nights, the time of evaluating the work CMF has done, and also to look for new methods to face the post-Ruby Jubilee period of the movement.
From leadership, attire, and many more. And so, the movement is also celebrating 40 years of evangelical as well as infrastructural achievements.
The mission is being fulfilled in bringing new people into the group. There are many things we have done to build a church. We have hospitals, we have schools.
From singing to dancing, material exhibitions, and the recognition of assiduous Christians, Reverend Jones Ibot, the host pastor, now makes an appraisal of the ceremony.
In our preparation, it went beyond CMF. So all the groups in the congregation, as well as in Bonabel in Mongo Presbytery, they were all involved.
Meanwhile, in his capacity as personal representative to the governor of the littoral region,
we, the state, want to help the CMF to achieve its objectives.
Supported by the mothers of the congregation, the youth, and others, the day also witnessed the massive attendance of a college of pastors who took turns in liturgical order. 40 years of evangelism, but not without challenges, yet the CMF lives on.
Over 30 business owners have acquired managerial skills to enable them boost their profit line of their various or their different business ventures. This was during a one-day seminar organized by the Goodwill Consulting ITM company. The seminar took place over the weekend here in Douala, as Dalingonde tells us in the following report.
Based on the challenges they face in running their various businesses, these 30-plus chief executive officers from various companies have been trained in a wide spectrum of subjects to enable them realize a boost in their profit line base. Organized by the Goodwill Consulting Limited Company, the chief organizer of the event adheres the primordial aim of this seminar is to address some of these setbacks faced by business owners in Cameroon, and this is what needs to be tackled, he says.
A lot of business people are going through a lot. They go through a lot, not even understanding the importance of registering their companies. We had this seminar to put a group of 30 CEOs where we actually educated them on how they can do their company registration.
The company, which is into consulting real exchange deals and trainings, has also witnessed the presence of very high prolific guest speakers in CEOs who sought time out in sharing their success stories with the participants. Fotabe Emin is a mother.
I have been talking to the participants about the importance of acquiring technical skills to build their companies. I have told them about skills like effective communication, about data analysis, and about many other skills that I know that as entrepreneurs, as business people, when they acquire and they implement in their businesses, they are going to see growth.
And on his part, Mr. Clement, a young director, now discloses some challenges faced by business owners in Cameroon and how much this seminar has impacted him.
One of the challenges that we young entrepreneurs are facing is bookkeeping, and which is one of the major topics that were discussed in terms of accounting, financial services. I believe this is very important for businesses that want to be sustainable.
I came wholeheartedly knowing I'm going to go back with something in my brain. And actually, from the first speaker right up to the third speaker who just finished talking, I've learned a lot. I've polished my know-how.
While many believe that greener pastures are only made abroad or working with the public sector, this minority group holds firmly that paradise can still be made on earth, reason for their being here today.
You're watching for 6:30 Prime News on My Media Prime as part of activities to mark the 2021 International Day of Menstrual Hygiene, which was commemorated on the 28th of May 2021. Miss Gospel Africa and her team visited St. Anil Marie Orphan Home in Bonaberi, Douala with some gifts to assist the girl child during menstruation. Eileen Sama accompanied the team and compiled the following.
The team of vibrant young people, mostly made up of ladies, led by Panka Juniola, Miss Gospel Africa of Juni Law Foundation, celebrated the 2021 edition of Menstrual Hygiene Day with the less privileged kids at St. Annie Marie Orphanage, Bonandale Douala, Littoral Region, offering them sanitary napkins and, most importantly, educating the girl child on the essence of menstrual hygiene to her health, under the slogan, I am not ashamed of my flow.
Today, we are at St. Anil Marie Orphanage celebrating the World Menstrual Hygiene Day. I came here with my foundation, Junilo Foundation, to celebrate what comes out of a woman. And this program was amazingly a very, very good one because we took our time to explain what happens when you're menstruating. We took our time to explain menstrual hygiene and much more.
And we had to orientate young girls on how to stay safe, on how to accept their menstrual flow, and then take good care of themselves during this season.
The importance of girls and women in general to know how to manage their menstrual cycle and not to be ashamed of their flow was the take-home message from the dynamic team.
Some people are very ashamed even when they are menstruating. So I think this World Menstrual Hygiene Day comes up to make us be proud of women even as we menstruate. Don't be ashamed of your flow.
Also, women were challenged to educate girls on the importance of using the right sanitary napkins. It is worth mentioning that Menstrual Hygiene Day aims at breaking menstrual taboos and raise awareness about the importance of menstrual hygiene management for women and adolescent girls worldwide. And this year's event had as theme, action and investment in menstrual hygiene.
Today is World No Tobacco Day. This day is celebrated annually on the 31st of May. The aim of this celebration is to create awareness about the dangers of tobacco to the health of individuals. Experts say tobacco users are more susceptible to suffer from the deadly COVID-19. Commit to Quit is a theme of this year's commemoration. Details with Staff Lady Bokengo Kemiaworthy.
Tobacco is the leading cause of preventable cancer, such as mouth cancer, with 27% of all cancer-related diseases attributed to tobacco, as well as high blood pressure, lung disease, tuberculosis, and more.
Most people know that using tobacco causes cancer and lung disease. But evidence shows many people aren't aware that tobacco also causes heart disease and stroke, the world's leading killers.
Though it is the single largest avoidable health risk worldwide, tobacco kills more than 8 million persons yearly. According to the World Health Organization, health hazards and death tolls borne by tobacco can be prevented in many ways than one.
Banning smoking in public places and ensuring there is no marketing or promotion of tobacco products protects people from this hazardous product. Raising taxes and prices to make tobacco products more expensive reduces consumption, can generate revenues for health systems, and reduces the suffering and deaths caused by heart disease. Stopping the illegal trade of tobacco will ensure these deadly products are not available easily or at cheap price, especially to use.
It is often said that winners never quit. However, according to this year's theme on World No Tobacco Day, quitters are winners.
We talk sports on today's sports page. We talk about CAN 2021 qualifiers. 16 Indomitable Lions out of the 28 have started training in Austria ahead of their friendly encounters. Zambo Anguissa, Ganago, Neyu, Toko Ekambi, Chupomoti, and Fabrice Ondua arrived in Vienna yesterday. 4 other players, Chamba, Castelletto, Nuku, and Tobo, are expected to join the squad tomorrow, Tuesday. The Indomitable Lions will play back and forth friendly matches against Nigeria on June 4th and 8th, 2021. With that, we've come to the end of today's edition of Prime News on My Media Prime. Thanks for being a part of today's edition. See you tomorrow at 6:30. God willing, for another edition of Prime News on My Media Prime. Faith Tata Berenyo coordinated the news, produced by Ewane Eli Nolinga. My name is Genda Belgian Blanche King. Stay tuned to My Media Prime at 7 p.m. Cameroon time. Prime Hour will be live with Kim Leonard and his crack team of analysts. Enjoy today's edition of Prime Hour. Stay tuned. Happy viewing. Bye-bye.